What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Wish I was seeing you on some better terms here, but the Winnipeg Jets have just lost 2-1 to the New York Islanders in a game where I have no idea how they lost. To be completely honest with you, I thought they played fine. Tonight's game was much better than how they played against the Rangers and the Devils, but still, it's just not, really what the Jets have been looking for. That whole 60 where the team is completely clicking. And they still really haven't found that whole 60, and it's kind of annoying because in these last two games that the Jets have played against the Devils and the Rangers, they haven't looked particularly good. In this game, as I said before, I thought they played fine, but again, probably not good enough to beat some of the better teams. I don't think the Islanders are a very good team. They don't have a ton of offense, but when they do strike, they strike on your mistakes, and the Jets made a lot of mistakes tonight. Mason Appleton, I don't know what the hell he's doing out on a 4-on-4, but he tries to do this weird backdrop pass to Nick Ehlers, and Nick Ehlers is nowhere to be found. No fault to Ehlers himself, he just, wasn't there. Appleton's passing it to a ghost, and there go the Islanders, go the other way and score. So the Jets hand the Islanders a goal there. Unfortunate, but you know what? Fine. They're down 1-0, they head into the second period, and Nikolai Ehlers scores. Can you believe that? Nick Ehlers on the power play, doing well? Huh. Wonder why he was on power play 2 forever, right? I don't understand that still. And I think the more you play Nick Ehlers, the better your chances of winning go up. Shocker, when you play your best players, you have a higher chance of winning. Shocker. But anyway, it's 1-1 Jets, and they had a really good second period. That was a really solid period. That was one of the best periods the Jets have played in the past few games for sure. Just very solid. I was very happy with it, and I felt pretty good going into the third, until the Jets decided to give the game away. Kyle Connors the puck behind the net, and he sees that Kevin Stenlund is open. He flips it to Kevin Stenlund, and Kevin Stenlund decides not to play hockey and just, kind of forget about his responsibilities. Puck gets turned over, jumbled around, and they score. So I don't know, guys. I'm so done with this garbage bottom six. I'm so done with these weird just passes. Nobody's in sync. Nobody is in sync, and it's so frustrating. Why can't you guys figure it out? It has been games now. It has been games, guys, where we have looked horrific. This road trip was horrible. Thank God for Connor Hellebuyck, by the way, because if without him, we go 0 for 4 and we get skunked 8-zip in that New York game. I don't understand how the Jets were able to pull that one out. I didn't make a video on it because I just could not just handle it. It was an exciting game for a couple different reasons. Obviously Morrissey getting his point to pass Dustin Byfuglien for the all-time defenseman scoring list in Jets history, and of course Connor Hellebuyck doing disco moves out there to keep the game in reach for the Jets. But it's just unbelievable that this team has gone so long earlier on in the season with really none of their top six because of injury, and then once everybody's healthy, nobody knows how to play hockey anymore. And I don't know what is going on with this team, but they were more effective when they were a bunch of nobodies, which is so annoying. I just don't get it. I don't get what this team needs to do. Obviously, I know what Chevy needs to do. He needs to just buy a bottom six. I don't really... You know what? If the Jets don't get Timo Meier, I don't care. I don't think they're going to get Timo Meier. But anyway, they just need to get a 3C, get Adam Lowry the hell off the third line. I don't know what he's doing this year, but whatever he's doing, it's not hockey. They need to add a scoring winger. Please. I don't care if it's in the top six or the bottom six, just get some of these guys out of the lineup. What does Kevin Stenlund do for this hockey team? I'm still trying to figure that out for you. What does Saku Manalainen do for the team? I honestly could not tell you. He's a good penalty killer, but outside of that, absolutely no value to this team. Carson Kuhlman, I couldn't even have told you if he played tonight. I have no idea what he does with this team, and he was on the third line tonight. Morgan Barron, he's out there to take penalties. I don't know, again, what he's doing. Common theme here. I'd have no idea what the top six is doing. But wow. None of it's good. I'll leave it at that. I think that Gagne is a solid player, but what's he gonna do with, Stenlund and Manalainen? Like, what is that line gonna do, right? It's just filler, and it feels like those old fourth lines that the Jets used to just throw out there, like in the Paul Maurice era, where you had like, oh man, who were some of the names? They had Bork, they had Logan Shaw, like they just had a bunch of guys. And that's how it feels, but with the whole bottom six. If it's not the top six minus Appleton or Morrissey scoring goals, nobody's scoring goals on this team. I fully expect Chevy to be busy at the deadline, because if he's not, then I don't know what we're doing here. You might as well not acquire anybody if you're not gonna, really try to revamp that bottom six or have guys come into the top six that'll push some of those guys down, because this is unbelievable how many holes the Jets have. It is unbelievable how weak that bottom six has become over the last 10 to 15 games. Nothing is happening down there, and it's really putting a ton of pressure on the top two lines, which are obviously getting, some of the tougher matchups. So when those guys are getting, harder matchups and the bottom six just decides they're not going to chip in at all, then you get what you got tonight, a 2-1 loss to the New York Islanders, who I think are pretty trash. I don't think the Islanders are a very good team. Matt Barzal's hurt. JG Pajot's hurt. It's really just Bo Horvat and, I don't know, Zach Parise and Kyle Palmieri. Like, wow. I don't know. I just can't believe this Jets team didn't win tonight. I thought they played better for the most part in this game, but just stupid mistakes sunk them. And I'm going to say it again, because I've said it about 1,000 times already in this video. It's incredibly frustrating to see this, because those were 2 big points. If the Jets win that game, they're first in the Central, pending what Dallas does tonight against Chicago. But, wow. Jets lose 2-1. I'm not a happy guy. I don't think any of you watching are very happy either. And it's just, I don't know, man. Watching Hellebuck in the last game against New York completely steal that game out of the Rangers' hands with a 4-1 victory. He only let in 1 shot on 51 shots. We've got a literal generational goaltender in the crease, and I don't see a reason why the Jets can't, really just do it for him. Just build this team up, try to go on a run. I don't know what would hold up really wanting to win at this point. You've got so many guys coming off the books. We've talked about it in countless other videos about, Pierre-Luc Dubois likely not being a Jet next season. Obviously Hellebuck and Scheifele next year, they're going to be on their last years of their deal. Who knows what happens in those situations. I think you owe it to Connor Hellebuck for one big ride, and I think you owe it to the city of Winnipeg as well, who have been behind this team all season long. Like, this is a team that I believe could be very good, but they do need to add, and they need to add quickly, because this team is going to sink if we wait too long here. I know it's only like a week or so before the deadline on March 3rd, but the Jets need to make some moves, and they need to fix their problems, and I think it's very clear what the holes are. I mean, hey, Kevin, your work is cut out for you. Just please do something. I'm begging you. You don't have to bring in Timo Meier. I don't think the Jets are bringing in Timo Meier, but some big impact players do need to come here if the Jets are going to go far into the playoffs, because tonight was not it, and I think this team does need a pretty significant boost heading into April. Alright guys, well, I'm going to end the video here. I don't really know what this video was. I'm just kind of annoyed with the Jets this week. I know the videos lately haven't been the most positive, unfortunately, so I apologize for that. But it hasn't been a very positive time in the season, so the videos are just going to, kind of reflect that a little bit. We're going to have a lot of trade coverage coming up in the next little while or so. Obviously, some names I'm sure are going to be popping up a little bit more with being very close to a week outside of the deadline. So yeah, leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.